Weeks after Congress approved more money for people out of work due to the pandemic, some of those people still haven't seen any of that money. Our Capitol reporter Michael Hyland has been looking into the situation. And Michael, people counting on that money say things are getting desperate and they need help.
Right. One woman who I talked to says she and some of her colleagues who are also out of work aren't getting clear answers about why they're not getting some of the funding through these programs. So I reached out to the Division of Employment Security to find out what the holdup is. Out of work from her job as a stagehand for almost a year, Jenny Probst was relieved when Congress reached a deal last month to extend unemployment benefits. Hers ran out in early December, so the new stimulus plan would help her get by another few months. The problem, she hasn't gotten any of the money.
I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage every month anymore. Reality is that, you know, the expenses and the bills keep coming, but there's no way to pay them.
I reached out to the state's Division of Employment Security. A spokesperson said that people whose benefits never ran out have kept getting payments. But for people like Jenny, whose benefits did run out, there's an issue. When you call DES, an automated message tells you this.
These benefits cannot be paid until official guidance is received and the benefits system is reprogrammed.
That guidance is supposed to come from the U.S. Department of Labor, but it's not clear when that will happen or how long it will take to reprogram the state system. Congressman David Price told me his office is getting calls about this.
Some of this has begun to happen, but it's not fast enough, and of course it was long overdue and it was passed. This should have been done months ago.
Jenny says several friends in the entertainment industry are going through the same problem, frustrated that the people who are supposed to be getting help right now are still waiting.
I'm going on 7 or 8 weeks now, and no answers can be had at DES, at least not any answers that make sense.
I just got an email a couple of minutes ago from the U.S. Department of Labor about this, saying they actually have sent all of the necessary guidance to states to implement these programs. They did say there are various changes that states are going to have to make, which does take time. DES didn't give me a clear timeline on when people who should be getting this money will actually get it. Live in Raleigh, Michael Hyland, CBS 17 News.